Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about bundling your numbers and bundling your cubes and your blocks. So, as you know, we've been working on place value, and as you know, we have been looking at our numbers and breaking them apart. So we did, we spent a day where we had a number and we would break it apart and see what it was. So if we have the number 23, for example, we know that it's 3 ones and 2 tens. And then we also spent some days working with our cubes and representing our numbers. So today, what we're going to work on is bundling. A bundle is basically just a group of cubes put together. So a bundle of 10 ones would just be 1 10. So we're going to work on bundling today. So as you know, this page right here, it has just your representation. So you have each one. This is a 1. This is a 10 rod. It has 10. This is 100. It has 100 in it. You've been working with this place value vat where you drag your cubes and put them under there. These two websites you can click on. This one right here is a new one I put on here. And it's very nice because it allows you to move your cubes and your rods into the chart like so. So this is also a good website you can use. But for bundling, basically what bundling is it's when you take your cubes and you put them together in a group. So here's an example. 10 of these 10 rods. So remember your sticks or your rods of 10, they have 10 individual cubes in it. If I have 10 of these put together like so, that is the same or is equal to just 100. I could count every single individual cube in here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I could do that and count them all, but I know that I have 10 and 10 and 10 and 10. These all have 10 in them. So when I add them together, this is the same as 100 or 100. So that's the same thing. Another example, when you have 10 ones put together, 10 individual 1 cubes like this put together, it's the same thing or it's equal to 1 rod of 10. It's the same thing, it's just that these are individual and these are put together and stacked together. So if I add them together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I get the same thing as what's in this 10, this rod of 10 over here. Let's do another example together. I have 10 ones right here. And I have 2 10s right here. Okay. I want to bundle these all together and get one number. When I bundle my numbers together, my cubes together, I need to see if I have anything that can be changed to make it into something else. So I know that just using my last example and looking at this one, that 10 individual cubes, that equals, it's the same thing as 1 10 rod. It has 10. This 10 rod has 10. It's the same thing. So I know that 10 cubes like this equal 1 rod. And I already have 2 rods of 10 because it says I have 2 10s. So there's my 1 and there's my 2. There's my 2 10s. I'm going to go ahead and bundle my 10 ones together and make it a 10 rod. So I'm going to go ahead and bundle my 10s together and make that a rod of 10. It's the same thing if you add them all together, but it's just easier. So I made this into a rod of 10. Now I'm going to add all of my rods together. So since I made this a rod of 10, I'm going to move it down here. So there's my 2, and I added this one. Now I see that I have 10 plus 10 plus 10. So I know I can do that and see that it's easier using my 10 rods than using my individual cubes. I know that 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 30. So I know that I have 30 cubes on these 10, on these 3 rods of 10. That's 30. You could count them if you really wanted to individually, but that would take so much time. Now, let's do one more together, okay? This is what your homework's going to look like, or your practice problems, where it says you try now. These are all ones that I want you to try, okay? This says I want you to bundle up 10 ones and 4 10s together. What you do, remember, okay, so it says 10 ones. Here's my 10 ones and 4 10s. I'm going to go ahead and move 4 10s because that's how many it says I have. It says I have 4 10s. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's my 4 10s that my problem says I have. Right there it says 4 10s. Right here I have my 4 10s. But I can't forget about these 10 ones over here. You could just add these 10 with this individually. It would be the same answer. But if you go ahead and bundle up these ones and make it into a 10 rod, it's going to be so much easier. Let me show you. So I see that I have 10 ones. I know in my brain that 10 ones is the same thing as this 1 10 rod. They both have the same amount. These individual cubes right here, these ones, have the same amount as this 10. They both have 10. But I know it's so much easier to use these rods of 10 because it's easier to count them. So I'm going to go ahead and bundle up all my ones, and I'm going to make it into this 10 right here, okay? So I'm going to bundle these up and make it into the 10. Now I'm going to use this 10, and I'm going to add it to my other 10. So remember I had 4 10s, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I made my 10 ones into another 10, so that's why this 10's right there. So now you can just ignore the ones. You don't need your ones anymore. You just need to look at your sticks of 10. So now I see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of 10. So now I can add them up, 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. Or, like I said, you can individually count them, but it takes so much longer to individually count them than just to add them up by 10. So 10 plus 10, I know that's 20, plus 10, that's 30, plus 10 more, that's 40, plus 10 more, that's 50. I know that I have 50 cubes right here. So it says, how many cubes do you have now? 50. I see that on my picture. But even if I didn't use this 10 rod and I wanted to use these ones instead of bundling them up, I would still get the same answer. I would still get that there's 50 cubes. But it's easier when you use your 10 rods. So for your homework, for your practice problems, you're just going to try doing it yourself. So you're going to try to bundle up 10 10s together and see what you get. How many total you have. You're going to bundle up 10 ones together, 5 10s, and 100 and see how many you get. So that is what you're going to do for today.